Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles and the December 2018 guidance. I hope that you will enjoy this video. I've got lots of bits and pieces of information in here and also some information that I have at my website. So if you haven't been here before, usually each month I do a guidance video on the different angel that's guiding the month and also different things that we might be experiencing or have been experiencing, and whatever information starts to flow. I also do a channeled message on my website, and so I read that to all of you as well, and some of the key points and things. So thank you so much for being here and staying tuned. So this month we are working with the amazing energy of Archangel Haniel. And Haniel is an angel that works with us on protection, on growth, love, self-worth, all of these things, and also soul expansion. So the heart space expanding. And something that a lot of people come, for readings for or for information or for healing about is how they can feel, good about themselves, how they can feel confident, how they can stop feeling anxious, how they can be, comfortable in their own skin, why they're in abusive relationships, they may not feel worthy, in some way. So when you're working with someone or you go for a reading or something, you may be at the point where you don't really need all that wishy-washy kind of stuff. You want something that's going to help you to expand. And, when you work with Archangel Haniel, this is exactly what you start to receive. An expansion of the whole, heart chakra. Most of us have problems in our heart chakra because this is where we have unending grief. This is where we have hurt with relation to our, family members perhaps, and like loved ones that we've had and relationships that we've been in. The heart chakra in itself takes on so much energy. It's not even funny. When we hate ourselves or we're hating on ourselves for some reason, or we can't forgive ourselves, or we feel guilty about something, the heart is what takes it all, that absorbs it all, So 9 out of 10 people have some kind of issue of worthiness or unforgiveness or deep hurt or deep grief or pain that they've never told anybody about. And it sits in this space. Now, for the month of December, it's really important that, we want to get to 2019 without having the baggage and the emotions and the stress and the drama and the pain and the, grief and all of these things that we have experienced for so long. And there's only one way in which we can really start to bring a peaceful existence into our heart. And we have to work on this. And we have to examine our feelings, going back over a bit of a review. How did you get to the point that you are at today? What is the things that you are, continually thinking about? And on an energetic level, we, each of us, are feeling the vibrations of the earth, the things that are happening here, the vibrations of other people, drawing in energy from other places. We're opening up our abilities, so our sensitivities are also beginning to really, further expand. We may not realize that we're healing in a situation until suddenly, there it is. There's this big trigger that normally sets us on fire and we're dealing with it, So for the month of December, work with Archangel Haniel, like by calling her into your life. And by calling her into your life, just ask her to be here, Say, dear Archangel Haniel, thank you for being with me. Thanking her with expectation that she's there. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for helping to release anything that I'm holding, like in my prison cell, which is my chest. What am I holding here? What emotions am I holding here? Why don't I care about myself? Why can I care about all these other people but not myself, or whatever that is for you? Sometimes in your heart space, this is where a lot of your anxiety will sit. You'll just get the palpitations. You'll start in here, in your chest will start thumping. And, this anxiety tends to come from somewhere inside of you that feels like someone else is better than you are. So you'll get yourself into a situation, suddenly you'll be feeling pressure that all these other people know more, are more, have more, you know, and are looking down on you. And sometimes you can get panicked and it's not even anything. But if you have confidence within yourself, you don't really care about what anyone else is doing or thinking or saying around you. So we really need to work on this. So I'm going to be talking with you about some of the things that have been written for this month, and also the channeled message that comes through. But remember to be patient with yourself, you know, most importantly, as you are always learning and always growing and always expanding. It doesn't matter who, you know, is knowing what, or who you think is higher than you or whatever. Everyone has still got to admit that they are learning in some way, experiencing in some way, you know. And you're at that stage now where enough is enough. You know, you're tired of all the crap and you're tired of the way everything rolls around. You know, you get so far and there's something in your way and something else and something else. You know, you're tired of being the one that's responsible for family members and other people's feelings and not upsetting anybody. And, you know, you just want to keep on moving forward and enjoying the journey and feeling excited and feeling the joy and feeling the happiness. And sometimes you roll out of the bed and you're like, oh, today I've got to do this, this, and this, and it's going to be this hard, and it's going, you know, you forget sometimes, we all do, you know, just what we were learning perhaps the day before. And we're like, oh, that's right, I've got to put that into practice kind of thing. So don't be hard on yourself on your own spiritual journey, whatever that is for you, okay? Just remember that you're, you know, learning, growing, expanding all the time. And if you really want to get to the core issue, you know, of your worthiness issues on whatever level that is for you, then this particular angel is the most amazing, beautiful, gentle angel at helping you to do that. Because she works in the heart space, you know, and we're expanding this heart space, this is where we actually connect to the divine from the heart space, you know, not so much the head. Even that is a direct connection to the divine and your higher self and all of this. This is like the umbilical cord to it. You know, this is a more, for my, you know, feeling, it's a more, you know, direct route to where you really want to be within your spirituality. So if this is cluttered and unclear and, you know, hurting and full of grief and all of this and blame, a lot of people have blame sitting in here. If that's always like that, then there may not be the room, you know, that you need to have this, you know, real big opening or awakening or opening up your abilities that you really want to have, because it's so crammed, you know, with stuff. Sometimes when we have this real big cry, you know, we have this real rock bottom moment, or something just goes really shocking, or something happens and to make us break in some way. Sometimes that is enough, like that opens up and that's enough space, you know, for the light and the angels and the energies to start working with you. It's like if you hold yourself really, really tight and you really want things to change, but it's not until you break apart that, you know, this light can feel within you, you know. And remembering that we each have a divine plan and we never know what that is exactly. So if we focus on our happiness, then we start working it out much, much quicker, you know. We can't do that when we're still racked with all these feelings. So do your review this month on yourself without looking at yourself in a harsh light. And there's some beautiful little message in this write-up for you as well. So I'm just going to read you some from my website. So I've got my iPad, so it's going to look funny. Okay, I'll try not. Okay, so let's have a look. Try not to make it. Okay, so I think I'll just read to you this message from their website. So if you're ever looking for my articles or anything like that, you just go to my website, divinemiracles.com, go into the homepage, and it will have articles, BDevine's articles, and it's like a whole list of all kinds of stuff in there, okay? Okay, so working with the energy of Haniel, we're reaching the end of 2018. You can look back on the lessons and experiences that you've had. Allow it to help us to grow even further on our journey. Haniel works with us on soul expansion, which is what I was explaining. And through the heart chakra, helps us to feel more in connection with the divine and the energies of unconditional love. as we learn to trust in our journey and also forget the places we feel we have made a wrong turn. We can find within us a steady stream of knowledge and awaken our abilities, as well as remove unwanted behaviors and feelings through the heart space, which with the assistance of Haniel. And also, just quickly, when you have a shamanic healing, and you have a real deep healing with me, we also do timeline therapy, which can shake back any past life and generational things that may still be bothering you too. It gets rid of it really quickly. Okay. With acceptance of Haniel's help, we can begin to truly manifest, because we will change the way in which we see ourselves and our worth, A common emotion that needs healing is that of self-love and self-worth. It governs the type of situations that we allow ourselves to be in and the types of relationships that we choose. Many do not see that they're worthy of the best, no matter what situation that we are in, and therefore tend to put up with abuse in many ways, They can't see that they're worth any better. I've seen this so many times. I've done it myself. The key to self-love is not about seeing yourself as suddenly superior to anybody. Because believe me, I always used to think when people would say you need to love yourself, I thought, I don't want to be thinking I'm all that and better than anyone else. I didn't like that word. I didn't like that at all. But it didn't mean being superior to anyone or better than anyone or higher than anyone. It just meant caring enough for yourself that, you put yourself, in line. All these other people are first in line in your life. You actually start putting yourself first, It's very difficult for many of us. Okay, so it's the key to self-love is not about seeing yourself as suddenly superior, but rather only see yourself as superior than you were last year, better than you were last year, and so on and so forth. Your only competition should be you. But don't give yourself harsh judgments either, Each day is a new day to welcome unconditional love and acceptance because you desire a change. Change can only come with change in the way in which you think, therefore a change in how you see yourself can occur. Love can protect you and shield you from those who send negative vibes your way. By allowing only love to radiate from you, the negative cannot survive. There is no way negative can survive where there is positive. So people are really wasting their time when they're sending a lot of negative energy towards you. Because, if you're sending love, it's radiating from you, and you've set it up with Archangel Haniel and you say, look, Haniel, I want you to constantly create a shield around me with pink light, so that whenever anyone's sending me any negative crap, that they're getting only love and light back from me. So you've done your part in whatever healing there is, or whatever you need to do, and you're not absorbing all their crap, so they can really waste their time doing it, okay? If they want to, they're just losing their power. Okay. Haniel will bring you peace of mind and open your abilities of manifestation if you focus on joy and gratitude, as well as see yourself in a higher light, not in a superior light, but higher than you ever have thought of yourself, okay? Not of anyone else. The time for great change is upon you now. So open up your heart and heal yourself of old wounds by replacing hurt with love, and be grateful for the warrior that you truly are, okay? So there's some other bits and pieces of information here, see. So she gives attunements to healing as well. Healers, come on, we need you, all right? You're only going to get experience by doing it, not by studying it. I mean, you can get a lot of information that way. I studied for a really long time before I actually started really doing it, But that was more for my own benefit, because it wasn't that felt like I needed to know more. It was more that I wanted to have it all in my own mind, exactly how I wanted to do it before I started doing it. So to me, it was kind of like procrastinating, because I wasn't feeling confident in myself. And then all of that changed. So many of you do this same thing. You think, okay, I'll know when I'm ready and I'll do it when I'm ready, and that's great. But you probably already are completely qualified for whatever it is that you need to do. So anyway, deep wisdom, endings and beginnings, miracles, healings from the past, protection, attunements to healing, spiritual practices, love and fertility, manifestation. Okay, December's a really good fertile month. Plant seeds for things to start growing in the new year. Okay, you'll get attunements to healing. You know, if you work with Archangel Haniel, you know, if you want attunement sent specifically for healing, get in contact with me. I do this by donation. Protection, she works with all the angels to help with protection. Working on the past issues and things, letting it go, just let it go. Whew, take a deep breath, okay? Miracles happening because you're changing everything over in your heart to believing in things and to expect things that are good, you know? Endings and beginnings. And the other thing is that some people say, well, this is still happening to me. This is still going wrong. This is still happening. I'm still going through this. I'm still hurting from this. I'm still this. And yes, I've tried this and this still happens. Okay, there are going to be life experiences. No one's life is perfect. You know, no one's life happens exactly how you would really like it to happen all the time. Okay, because we don't have experience, we can't teach, we can't teach in order to learn. You know, we have to teach people in order to learn things. We can't teach someone something if you haven't got any experience on it. Okay, life throws us curveballs. It's how we cope with it that changes. It's how we start seeing it when all the trouble starts to settle in, you know. And we're like, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going to go spiraling down, getting upset about this and overthinking about it and stressing out over it and wondering how I'm going to change anything and how I'm going to fix it. I'm not going to fix it anymore. I'm just going to expect it to be fixed. I'm going to keep on moving forward. So it's not like you're doing nothing, okay? But this has to be doing the right thing. This has to be doing the right thing. Your heart and mind, you know, working together. You know, asking the angels, look, you guys need to take care of this, and this that I keep on thinking about. Okay, you know what that is. So you need to take care of it because it's starting to interrupt with my life and I don't want to keep on going over it. So every time it comes up, I'm going to ask the universe or the angels, whatever it is that you want to work with, to take care of it. And I'm not going to take it back and I'm not going to wonder how. And if I do, I'm going to be reminded that I need to keep giving that energy back to you, you know. So this is how you do it. This is how you fix yourself. It's the only way you're going to fix yourself, with self-talk and discipline with yourself, you know. Not having to be perfect with it. That's not what I'm saying, because it is a work in progress. You know, you're going to forget sometimes. You're going to get yourself all worked up and then go, oh yeah, I was meant to actually give that to somebody to deal with, you know, energetically speaking. So, you know, we really need to do these things in order to manifest what we want. But life is going to come along. It's not always going to be easy. Someone's going to have a problem. Someone's going to be rushed to hospital. Someone's going to have, you know, a car accident or something like it. Or something can happen at any moment and any time, and we're not always prepared for it. It never means that you're being punished. And I know many people believe they're being punished from some other life when they must have been, you know, really nasty to someone and, you know, they're being punished now. And I mean, you can believe that if you really want to, but it's really never going to free you, you know. We can take control of things and we can clear karma and we can get rid of timeline problems and dimensional problems and energetic problems and spiritual problems and everything, you know. This heart space is truly, truly, truly important to how quickly the healing starts to begin for you, you know, and things start to change. So I want to quickly read the message from Archangel Haniel. Okay, so, dear ones, with the greatest love, we angels are with you always, with your permission, to help assist you with your soul expansion. As you begin to shift your awareness more into the acceptance of who you are, you'll begin to understand the true journey and heal all the different parts of yourself a lot easier. It's time for the real you to begin to emerge. This may have been hidden from you because of the various roles that you've played. So mother, daughter, grandmother, brother, sister, father, you know, all this. And the social programming that you've had since children. And that is like, you know, well, you're in the smart class and, you know, you're in this special gifted class and you're not. And you're over here and you're over here, and these people can sit at the front of the classroom and these people can sit at the back of the classroom, and all of these are going to be popular people, and you're going to be in this area where you're not popular and you don't have as much money as these people, so you're going to have to sit over there, and you know, you've got really scabby clothes, and so you stay right away from everybody. Just this hierarchy thing, you know, it's horrible. I hate it. Okay, so social programming that you've had since children, like who's who, okay. But you're changing and healing rapidly now as you begin to see that no matter what's happened, you are a vital part of the big changes on the planet. All of you are here to heal, but must first understand that all healing is self-healing. And with this healing, you'll be able to show others the way forward, and this will benefit the world as a whole more than you may ever realize. As you begin to send love to your past and to those who have hurt you, a transition happens. It happens because your vibration changes when there is healing present. Now listen to this. This is really good. Because you had not sent healing to your past, okay, to your memories, to your life, you haven't sent healing backwards, okay? You've just existed exactly how you are. But when you imagine yourself in your past, have a memory, think of something, surrounded with healing green light. So go back to that horrible memory and see yourself there as a little child and put this healing green light around yourself in your memory. Okay, just imagine it. It's very easy. Okay, you change your current reality. It really is that simple. Okay, so since you have not been in this healed reality, okay, before I'm telling you about this, it may be difficult at first to navigate, but with patience and love for who you are, your healed reality continues to grow, and you open your abilities, which may have been laying dormant, to the true magnificence that you are. You don't need anyone else to tell you how wonderful that you are. You don't need anybody to tell you that. It is far more effective within your being to tell yourself that this is true. Okay? We angels cannot make you heal, nor can we tell you what you should and shouldn't do. We can only guide you to your own truth and the powerful being that you already are. They're just trying to wake up, you know, shake us awake. Like, stop doing this to yourself. Stop always putting yourself in some kind of category that society has given you, or your parents have given you, or people who don't like you have given you. Stop letting them win by staying so small. You know, who cares what anyone else thinks, you know? We have to focus on ourselves. And these are the tricks and tools. Okay, so we can only guide you to your own truth and the powerful being that you already are. If you ask with expectation of a result, not saying, I'm asking and I really don't think it's going to happen. You're asking and you're giving thanks that there's going to be a result. And in fact, giving full belief to the positive. Nothing else. Okay? We attune you with higher love, and we're always here for your assistance. Okay? If you need help with timeline stuff, healing stuff, you know, you want to work on something for a lot of, like, I have a 6-week program, and you ring me every week and we talk on the phone for a couple of hours and we go through timeline therapy, something that I've developed, you know, and we also go through shamanic healing over the phone on any subject you want. And we start from the bottom and work our way right up through the chakras, through the auras, through everything that's going on with you, through the dimensions, through your past, through past lives, through generations. We go through it all. We bring in your guides, we bring in the angels, we bring in your power animals. I can see what's going on with your energetic body, can fix those grid lines within you, okay? I can work on you with all these things because I truly, truly know that you can heal from absolutely anything. It does not matter what it is. But to have full belief in that is another story. That's something you have to get yourself to. And if you can do that, the world is your oyster. I mean, don't people want to be want to be free? Don't you want to feel like nothing bothers you anymore? That you can do anything that you want to do? Do you know what I mean? This is the secret. So start with that. Okay, so let me get rid of this. Start with, firstly, I just hope I don't drop this. Think of that memory, you know, from the past. Something that maybe nobody knows about, or something that you haven't told anybody about, or something that continues to come up here. And you see yourself there, and you place healing around yourself, you know. What's happened is that, you know, the person that you become right now, in that moment that you do that, in that moment that you visualize that, your reality changes instantaneously. No longer are you on that same timeline, you see. You've created a healed reality, a new you, a completely brand new you. This is a you that hasn't had that particular healing so bad. Sorry, that that healing, that particular hurt so bad. You haven't had the healing either when you were thinking about this, you know, at that time, right? So when you change it, and you change the way that you've seen yourself, and you look back at yourself as a child, perhaps, you know, cowering in the corner, or being beaten up, or sexually abused, or raped, or something horrific that maybe only you know about. Instead of looking back on that memory as being really hard for you to focus on, you're seeing instead all the angels gathering around you, buffering the situation, creating healing energy around yourself, telling yourself it's okay, you're strong, you've got this, you know, this is going to be okay. And what happens is that in that 5 minutes of visualization, you know, and creating a healed reality for yourself, you change right here and now. This person, you, changes, okay? And that's what ends up happening. We work with so many different angels all the time of unconditional love. Even if you don't believe in angels, let's talk about positive energy, you know, because as much as there's positive energy, there is negative energy too. It's just up to you what you're sort of following, you know. I tend to always be positive, you know, sometimes can be negative too. Like I can get annoyed like anybody else does. I see that as a negative. I see that as something that doesn't help me. Okay, so I'll finally work it out when I've let myself rant and rave for a little bit of a while, just like anybody else does. You know, we don't have to be perfect. We just got to keep on striving for something to change. So these are some of the things that can help you. 1, go through your life so far. Write down a list of stuff that's really annoyed you, hurt you, where you've been abused. Really start to write it down. Nobody needs to see it. If you want to hand it to someone and they can read it, that's cool. That's your thing. But really, this is for yourself. Write it all down, you know, and also write down, you know, the positives in your life. But what you'll find is that if you haven't healed some part of who you are on some level, and some measure of time or whatever, then this ends up being who you decide that you are, you know. And when other people treat you badly, you feel in some way that you must deserve that, you know, because, you know, you're always blamed, or you're always in trouble, or you've always been abused anyway. So you kind of don't know that there can be something greater for you because you don't put yourself in that category. But with this healing, you can, you know. So we're going to December, you know, we're here in December, and we can't wait for 2019. We just want this done, you know, we want this all finished. But I promise you, if you skip parts of yourself and you ignore parts of yourself, and you don't acknowledge those parts of yourself that are hurting, or sad, or upset, or get triggered when someone does something, or, you know, when you're jumpy and you don't know why you're jumping, or you get really extremely nervous to the point where you feel like you're paranoid or whatever, there has to be an underlying problem that you've had, maybe a group of them, you know, and a pattern of people in your life as well that you have to acknowledge to yourself as part of, you know, healing. Healing is acknowledgement. Healing is acceptance of who you are, you know. Healing is a belief that it can actually change for you, you know. Healing is something we all have inside of us, that we're all able to do with other people, with ourselves. We're born this way. We may look at someone else and say, oh, that person's a really amazing healer. you know, but you're comparing yourself to that. And this person may, this person you may see as a really good healer, and that person may see you as an amazing artist. It all balances out, you know. Everyone's got this inside of them, something creative, something that they're able to do. When you're helping people, you're healing people. When you're talking to people, you're healing people. When you're working with people, you're healing people. If you choose to, or you can make the work environment, stink. By being grumpy or something, we all know those people. Oh God, what's it going to be like today? Great. Such and such is on today. Fantastic. Woohoo. We all know that kind of thing. And I just cover everything up with humor. That's just me. Like, I've always thought that that's all I had going for me was my sense of humor. Because I was like always picked on in school and bullied, and oh my God, I had no cool clothes, and my hair was just never right, and I just had freckles and awkward. I stuttered. No one wanted to hang with me, so I just thought, okay, I'll just use my personality. I'm funny, so I'm going to be funny all the time, and it hasn't left. I still am this way. But joy brings manifestation. I learned that was a good thing. But, had I listened to what everybody said about me, I wouldn't be where I am today. I had to block it all and change it all and, change my reality and all that kind of stuff. It's not an easy thing. Otherwise, everyone would be happy and walking around and getting it together. But so many people talk about the... we all need to come together in consciousness, and we all have to do this and we all have to do that. I think we all have to work on ourselves. If each one of us is working on bringing joy to ourselves, manifesting with joy and not picking on people, and, trying to stay elevated and, happy and full of acceptance, and, opening up our heart to change and love and all that kind of stuff. If each one of us are working on that, don't you think we all come together anyway? We're all in the same vibe anyway, But if we're all trying to force some kind of group collective, then it starts being a hierarchy thing again. That's something that I felt. I used to always believe, oh no, we need to come. Well, we do need to come together, but we first need to, get ourselves right first. Otherwise, there's going to be differing information, and people with different personalities and all this, and it's all going to clash anyway. So just work on ourselves, and everybody's doing that, and we create this amazing vibe on the earth. And everything starts to change, especially who you have in your, sphere. I personally don't really have any time for anyone that lowers my vibration or makes me feel bad about myself or tries to make me feel bad about myself, That doesn't really happen anymore. But I found in certain circles that I was in, it happened a lot. It was like, picked on. I don't want to be picked on, I'm different. I'm me. I'm unique. I'm not ashamed of who I am, where I've been and where I've come from and how far it's, it is now, and other people don't get it, and that's cool. They're on their journey and I'm on mine, kind of thing. But if you leave yourself hurting, from certain things, I can guarantee you that is something that is going to cause that much stress in your body that you'll suddenly start getting, problems and things happening because of the emotional state of who you are. So it's time to do the review, look back on your life, yourself, in your private moments, and bring in Archangel Haniel, this beautiful, protecting, healing, soul-expanding angel that's going to reconnect you with the real you, letting the real you emerge. No more hiding away, or doubting yourself, or worrying, or stressing, or feeling responsible, or blaming, or feeling shame, feeling hurt, feeling left behind, feeling rejected, feeling pushed aside, feeling like nobody cares, feeling like it's all up to you kind of thing. Either stay in that bubble over there, allowing all of that stress to run your entire life, or take a step out of it. Say, I'm really sick of dealing with this crap, so all this stuff here that I deal with, I'm letting the universe or the angels or whoever's up there that wants to take care of it, I'm letting you guys do that now. And every time that I try to take it back on, I'm giving it back. I'm going to work on healing myself. I'm going to work on liking myself, okay? Liking your body, liking who you are, and saying, hey, You know, this body has dragged me around all this time. You can't be that bad, you know. If there's things going on with your body, look to the emotion behind it, you know. Say to yourself, I can clear myself of anything. And if I can't do it, then I'm going to go to someone that can help me see how I can do it for myself. Bring that medicine back into my life, you know. Show me the beauty of all that's around me, you know. And join the club, you know, where you're like, everything's easier. Doesn't have to be difficult, okay? So we work with Haniel in many different ways, as long as we work with all of the angels as well. And they'll work with anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what church you go to or not or whatever. It's all equal opportunities here with the angels. Okay? Doesn't matter who you are. There's no one better than anybody else. You know, they're just full of unconditional love. And if you don't believe in angels, energy. We're drawing in the energy of unconditional love. Okay? You have to believe in energy because it's everywhere. You know, if you believe in God, you're drawing in the unconditional love of God, of Jesus, of Allah, of whoever. You know, just bring it in. Start fresh. And tell yourself in 2019 that you're not just going to be new, you know, new year, new me kind of thing. You're going to just be like, it's a new lifetime. You know, it's a new whole experience. I'm a fresh new soul. You know, I have transitioned and triumphed over, you know, things that people can't even understand or comprehend. That's what you can say to yourself, because no one can understand what you've been through. Your trauma is completely valid, even if it's a tiny little thing compared to some other person's story you might have heard or whatever. It's your trauma. It's still valid. So you're going to push. It's like you're erasing it. You know, you're deciding you've had enough. And if you need help with that, there are people there that are willing to help you, you know. And you know that I'm always there, willing to help you to get through healing, you know, to get through your life and to get where you need to go, and off you go again. You don't need to keep coming back, you know. You just keep going forward and off you go. And that's what it needs to be like. And then you can share it with other people too. And, you know, you can move and transition and just become a manifesting being of light, which is what you really are. And I mean, I could talk about this all night. I know I could. And I'm going to be creating a series, you know, of teaching you guys some things on, you know, my shamanic healing and how I develop the dances into the emotion of, you know, what we're getting rid of and stuff. And help you to enhance that with your own healing, you know. I also do a 6-week course, like I was saying to you, where we get to the bottom of everything. So if you feel like you've had enough trying and you've had you know, you're exhausted and you want, you know, help with that, the help's available. You can pay in installments. You can talk to me about it. It's there, okay? That's what I'm all about. Now I'm going to be moving in very, very soon to Colorado. You know, I'm just focusing on Colorado, but wherever our home is supposed to be. And we're moving there really, really soon. And some amazing things are coming to this channel next year. You know, I know it. And you're going to see a lot of different things. But see for yourself that your next year coming up, 2019, is like your skyrocketing year. Nothing's going to hold you back anymore. Not even yourself, okay? And I look forward to, you know, the next videos. And I hope you guys have an amazing December. And thank you so much for listening. And, you know, being a patron on Patreon, Divine Miracles, if you join there, you'll always get discounts. You always get the videos first as well. And I'm very grateful for having you there to help me to be in a position one day when everybody can get everything for free. Because that's what I'm working towards. If there's enough people helping to support in that, you know, in that happening, then I can just be everywhere and do everything and help you all. And it won't cost, you know. And that's where I want to be at, you know, especially with the healing side of things. So thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful December, and stay safe, stay strong, and remember that you can do absolutely anything. So until the next time, lots of love, and bye for now.